All right, welcome back. Glad you're still with us. And remember, today it's all about mind your money, and of course, very interesting perspectives that we're getting today. But right about now, how about we take a look at then how do we improve things when it comes to our finances? Because while there's never a bad time to actually make a financial fresh start, it makes sense to rethink how you're managing your money at the start of the year. And of course, luckily, the year is still very young, so there's hope. We can do like a turnaround as far as our finances are concerned. But of course, the big question that so many people have is then how do we know that these are the right investment opportunities for us? How do we know that we are saving for the right thing that will work for minding your money is concerned? But as far as then goals and saving and just achieving financial freedom at the end of the day. So Kevin, like we said, it's not all bad to borrow. It's good sometimes, especially when you know why you're borrowing the money and how you're planning to return it. So is there such thing as healthy borrowing? And especially given now that we're dealing with the pandemic, like we said, there are a number of things that sometimes forces people to actually borrow money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and this points to the question, right? Are Kenyan slaves to debt? Yes. I think it's as I was telling you offline.
Yeah.
The perception that Kenyans are slaves to debt is not correct. Mm-hmm. What people may not see is the access to finance has enabled a new class of entrepreneurs. And this class of entrepreneurs exists in the informal economy. So they're called informal sector entrepreneurs. Okay. And I'll give you one segment.
All right.
In 2013, we had 300,000 boda bodas.
Wow.
Today we have 1.7 million boda bodas. By 2030, it's projected that it'll be 10 million boda bodas. Why have those boda bodas where has it grown so quickly? Because the access to finance to acquire boda boda has been made easier.
Okay.
Right? The access to working capital, right, which Michael is complaining is a bit high.
Yeah.
But you can't annualize a loan that should be used within the week. Because the idea with that loan, for example, a lot of our mobile loans, is so that you pay them back within your 30-day trading cycle, right? Sometimes it's even weekly, sometimes it's daily. So there's some customers of ours who they have a daily trading cycle. So they need an amount of working capital in the morning. Yeah. They go buy, they sell, they add our 7%, they add whatever their margin is, and then they sell to you and me, tunanunua oranges, apples, and that's how you get that margin. So that's who's borrowing. So to your question of healthy borrowing, I'll go back to my first point. Only borrow if that money is going to make you money. And that 84% of our customers are actually entrepreneurs. They're using our money for working capital.
Okay.
Right? And that's the key. If you're borrowing money to consume, to buy a nice bag or to buy, to take your friends out on a night out, you're not our customer. In fact, if we could find a data set to identify you, we would take it and remove you from our database.
Because it's bad for business, like you said earlier on. All right, so you can borrow, yes, but then again, make sure that the money
makes you money
that you can pay back and not be sent.
I love telling, the best advice I ever got was, look at money like blood, right? It has to keep flowing.
True.
Right?
True.
Now, if you use it badly, it'll hurt you. If you use it well, it'll grow you.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And then there's another point I wanted to make that Michael brought out, which is about process. Right? When you start a business or when you're in business or when you are thinking about your goals, yes, the money won't come in the beginning, right? Because there's a process. And one of my favorite entrepreneurs is a guy called Warren Buffett. And he keeps telling entrepreneurs that you can't impregnate 9 ladies to have a baby in 1 month. You have to wait the 9 months.
9 months, yeah.
Yes. And that's how money is also.
Okay.
There are certain things that you just have to let the process go. and then the money will come at the end.
The money will come at the end. Yeah. Okay, I'm interested to hear what Michael has to say. But let me talk to Sylvia. Being a young person, and now that we're talking about goals, and it's important to set goals, make sure that, again, set both short-term and long-term goals. As a young person, where would you say you are at now as far as just identifying your goals? I mean, Caroline says, I want to retire by 35, okay? So for you, who's had an experience with digital lending, that is the mobile lending apps, right? You did not have a really good experience from that. So now, where are you at as far as just money, and the relationship with money?
So far, so good. I can say have learned a lot. And first, I want to disagree with Mr. Kevin.
Okay.
By saying we should borrow this money to bring money.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, you see, at times, these money lenders will give you like 500, then you borrow again, pay with an interest, give you 1,000. Basically, very few businesses you can start with that. And probably, you might want to borrow from several apps so that you accumulate that money to have a tangible business.
Okay.
And at times it's because of emergencies. And also, if you want to have a good cloth or a good bag, it's all right to borrow. Yeah, it's all right.
It is not.
In fact, we don't want customers who do that with our money.
As long as...
But they're borrowing, no?
Because they won't pay us back on time.
Yeah.
And when they don't pay us back on time, I lose.
Okay, but so you remember someone who actually said right now on Twitter, they were like, listen, there are adverts all over the place. They're literally you're just minding your business on the internet, right? You're just doing your stuff and then there's an advert,
That's because we're looking for the informal sector entrepreneur. We're looking for the mama mboga. We're looking for the boda. We want to give them fuel to build their businesses. We don't want people to buy handbags and take people out on nights out with our money.
But you remember what you said, as long as you plan to pay it back on time.
Yes.
Yes.
But you remember my key ethos here is borrow money when you know it's going to make you money.
Okay.
So yes, sometimes we start at 500. And the reason for that I already explained. It's because we live in a low trust society.
True.
So we actually want to give you, in fact.
It's like you're enticing us.
Not
Fine,
enticing.
I can give you 500.
It's not enticing. In fact, on the back end, you'll find your limit is 10,000. But we don't know you. So we want to form a relationship. Yeah, we can't give you 10,000 immediately. Okay. So let's see, if we give you 500, will you pay? Are you somebody we can trust?
And then you give you 1,000.
In fact, lenders and borrowers are business partners, right? We're there to grow.
But that is not how the relationship is seen.
No, by a particular demographic.
Okay.
If you go to the street, I'm telling you, go to the boda guy outside, ask him about our loans. He'll tell you they are partners. And we know them by name.
Okay.
In fact, we know all our good customers by name.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, Sylvia. All right. So as far as then what you're saying is, listen, I need to borrow from like multiple people so that I can, somewhat like changa the money and then start like a tangible business.
Yeah, and also when you start a business, not necessarily it will bring money. Not all business will bring profit in the first month. It might take even 2 years before it peaks. So if these money lenders would really understand this and probably prolong the timeline for repaying. Also for the boda, someone might buy a boda, and they might get 2 customers in the first month. And you expect this boda guy to pay 10,000. Where will they get that money from?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we hear you. And Michael is very happy about that, about the extension of the same. Michael.
Because again, the digital lenders, even as Kevin is saying that they are giving businesses fuel, but now when you look at it really, these guys are making these businesses dependent on them, right? So, Winnie, even as Sylvia is saying here, businesses, how long does it take for a business to make a profit? Again, it depends on the type of business you are in, what you're doing, your processes, again. But if you take money today from this app, right, for you to start a business, even as Kevin is saying, maybe the mama mbogas or the boda bodas, I go buy supplies or I go buy what I want to sell, right? And then I will have expenses, right? I will have to transport myself to go to the marketplace to bring to where I'm selling, right? I will have to pay license fees to the county government, right? And then I will also have to pay this digital lenders. So now, what is left for me, right?
Okay, all right.
At the end of the day, you'll find that these small businesses are now stuck on this cycle, this trap, and they now become dependent on these guys, right? So, even as Sylvia is saying, yeah, you should look at it critically this way. If you want to help a business, you know that businesses don't make money just like that. You need time, right? So if the digital lenders have identified that their customers are people in business and they really want these businesses to grow, then they should, even as Sylvia is saying, give them a grace period, right? For you to be able to make the money and pay it back. Right? But now if I am borrowing today to pay today,
you will
and then
not
I
be
borrow
able
tomorrow to pay tomorrow.
You won't. Okay, Boycott, allow us to take a break. I know Kevin is like, I need to say something, but allow us to take a break right now. But of course, when we come back, we'd also want to understand how then do we turn around the situation, just help us all to experience financial freedom. So see you very, very shortly.